Hey, listen up, guys. Get ready because what I'm about to share is going to blow your mind. We're looking at a huge change in money matters that's so big most folks can't even imagine it. The whole world's money setup, with trillions of dollars in treasuries, bonds, and international transfers, is getting completely redone right now. And right in the middle of all this chaos is XRP. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, but XRP, the digital coin that was built from the start to handle big money moves for institutions. This isn't just guesswork anymore, this is actually happening. This isn't financial advice. Right now, XRP is going for $3 and people see that and think, oh, it's not too high, I can wait. I'll buy some later. That's the kind of thinking that leaves you out in the cold before you know it. Because this isn't about excitement. This isn't about funny meme coins. This is about the foundation of the future money system being built right now, with the biggest names on Wall Street and elsewhere already grabbing their spots. And before we dive deeper, let me share something that will totally change how you invest from now on. I created the best guide for becoming a millionaire investor. Find stocks that could grow 100 times. It's a full package with documents, pictures, video explanations, and more. This is exactly what you need if you're serious about finding those huge winning chances. It's pinned in the comment below this video, and trust me, you won't be able to resist it. Plus, don't miss out on getting free NVDA stocks worth up to $1,000 with just a $100 deposit on Moomoo using my link. Both are waiting for you down there. Go for it. Now back to XRP, because what I'm going to show you proves why $3 is super cheap and why time is running out fast. In secret meetings, the plan for the new money system is already drawn up. Picture a whiteboard in a private room with the world's biggest money companies. Right at the top, XRP ledger in the center. BlackRock's tokenized US Treasuries OUSG. Around it, Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. And linking everything are big banks like Goldman Sachs, Citibank, and JP Morgan, with something called Nexus 24/7. Real-time, always available worldwide connections. That's not guesswork. That's really the setup for Finance 2.0. Think about it. The largest money manager on the planet, BlackRock, has straight up said that tokenization is the future. Larry Fink himself said, every bond, every stock, every real-world asset is going digital, and Ripple is right in the thick of it. Tokenized US Treasuries by themselves are a market worth many trillions of dollars, and when you add that money flow to the XRP ledger with bank-level stablecoins, you're not looking at 3 XRP anymore. You're looking at the base of a system that will handle quadrillions of dollars over the years. This is why I keep saying you'll get priced out. Too many folks mix up price with being able to buy. They think, oh, as long as XRP isn't at its highest ever, I can still get in. Wrong. At $3, $10,000 XRP costs about $30,000. At $10, that same amount is worth $100,000. At $20, $200,000. And here's the big one. Buying in large amounts becomes impossible for most people once XRP goes over that $10 to $20 level. That's when the chance closes and everyday investors are stuck watching from outside. And no doubt that's where things are going. Because for the first time ever, it's not everyday people leading big institutions. It's big institutions leading everyday people. In the dot-com boom, everyday people followed the institutions. This time, everyday people got in first, playing with crypto, meme coins, guessing games. But now, the huge institutional players are coming in. BlackRock, Citibank, Franklin Templeton, and they're going to create massive long-term positions in this market. Positions that everyday people can't shake loose. Positions that keep driving prices up while ups and downs calm down. Imagine it. Trillions of dollars in tokenized bonds, stocks and treasuries stored on chain. Money moving at speeds never seen. Buy and sell orders piled up on both sides. Price gaps smaller than ever. This is how markets grow up. When huge money comes in, XRP isn't just in the story. XRP is right at the top of the pile. So let's make it simple with easy math. Say you're starting today, you buy 1,000 XRP at $3 each. That's $3,000. Not crazy. When XRP gets to $10, that's $10,000. When it gets to $20, that's $20,000. For many folks, that's already money that changes everything. Now think about those who bought 10,000 Tataus or 20,000 XRP before this big institution wave hits. That's wealth that lasts generations being made right now. And here's what most don't get. Most wallets with XRP aren't huge. Only about 1 million wallets have more than 1,000 XRP. Less than 400,000 wallets have more than 10,000 XRP. That's all? In a world with billions of people, that's not common. That's limited. And when the next big growth comes from institutions, not everyday people, those amounts will seem tiny. And don't forget, Ripple has been working on this for years. On-demand liquidity deals with banks, quietly building the foundation while others chased meme coins and hype. They didn't try to get quick everyday pumps. They focused on fixing trillion-dollar issues in cross-border payments, in managing money flow, in treasury tokenization. Now that base work is done, the doors are opening wide. You've got BlackRock using tokenized treasuries. You've got Ripple issuing RLUSD on the XRP ledger. You've got Goldman Sachs and Citibank linking to Nexus 24/7. And you've got firms like BCG saying 16 trillion in tokenized assets by 2030. Even Citi is predicting trillions. This isn't some edge idea anymore. It's what the biggest money institutions agree on. So here's the straight truth. At 3XRP, you're in a short chance window that's closing soon. Once it goes into double digits, buying big amounts is over. Institutions will create long-term positions, and everyday people will chase smaller and smaller chances to buy low that get less and more costly each time. That's how money moves from one group to another. That's how the new rich get created. And make no mistake, this isn't some distant dream. We're already seeing bets against XRP pile up, money pools forming, and signs pointing to a huge jump. On the short-term charts, we're looking at moves into the $420 to $440 area as bets against get closed out. That's the kind of up move that starts the next big rise. The sharp up curve that institutions like because it lets them get in big, while everyday people panic buy and sell. That's why I say again, 3XRP is super cheap. Not just because of where it's headed, but because of what's going on in secret right now. The foundation is set. The big players are ready. The money is getting connected, and soon the only thing left will be, did you get in? Or were you waiting thinking you'd buy later? Before we jump back into XRP's current setup, don't forget the Ultimate Millionaire Investor Guide, Find 100x Stocks, is pinned below. It's full of what you need. Documents, pictures, videos to help you spot the biggest winning chances in markets. And right below that, get your free NVDA stocks up to $1,000 with just a $100 deposit using my Moomoo link. Don't skip those. Now let's talk about why XRP's next move is going to show who got ready and who waited. The big difference between now and past crypto times is easy. Institutions aren't just testing anymore. They are fully starting. For years, it was talk about blockchain tests and future ideas. That time is gone. We're beyond testing ideas. Now it's real settlements. Tokenized US treasuries worth trillions and stablecoins from the biggest finance players. And right in the middle of all those links, the XRP ledger. Look at the speed here. Franklin Templeton, one of the biggest money managers, already runs its US government money fund on blockchain. BlackRock openly says tokenization is the next big thing. Citi puts out research saying trillions in tokenized assets by the end of this decade. And Ripple, they already have ODL. They already have money flow paths. And now they've added RLUSD, their own high-quality stablecoin, to fit right into this new setup. This is why getting priced out is real, not just to scare you. At 3XRP, you can build good positions. At $10, it's already tough for the average person. At $20, it's pretty much over because institutions don't buy small amounts. They create billion-dollar positions and hold them as part of worldwide money setup. That's why you won't see crazy ups and downs once the base is strong. Ups and downs shrink, the market grows up, and the bottom price goes up steadily. Everyday people will still talk about low buys, but those lows will be at prices most can't afford to buy big. And let's be clear, tokenizing treasuries, bonds, and stocks isn't some hype story. It's going to happen in finance. The current setup is awkward, slow, and old. Settling takes days. Money flow is split up. Tokenization fixes that all. And Ripple made its system to be the main path for this money flow. The tools are ready, the links are being made, and the doors are opening. Imagine what happens when even some of the 26 trillion US Treasury market goes on chain. Imagine what happens when stocks, funds, and bonds do too. That's not just good for XRP. That's a total redo of how world money works. And XRP is perfectly placed to handle the money flow because it was made for settling, not guessing. Now let's talk short-term price moves. Right now, XRP is looking strong on the 8-hour chart. Bets against are piled up, ready to get closed, and the setup shows a big move into the $420 to $440 area. Once that happens, you'll see a rush of closings push XRP up as traders with leverage rush to cover. This is how big rises start. Lots of bets against get in, they get forced out, and institutions quietly buy up the supply. That's the sharp up curve. It doesn't come from everyday excitement anymore. It comes from a big mismatch between short-term guessing and long-term institution buying. And when that buying is happening, it stays. It parks in treasuries, in stablecoins, in money pools. That's when the positions lock and XRP's bottom price never goes back. Think about this. Many trillion-dollar stablecoin predictions by 2030 are already out. That's not me saying it. That's what the industry agrees on. What happens when those trillions move into real-time settlement systems? The paths carrying that money become super valuable. And XRP is not just one of those paths. It is placed at the top of the setup diagram we've been looking at. That's why 3XRP today isn't just low value. It's almost funny how cheap compared to the system it's going to support. And when people say, oh, I'll wait for it to drop to $250 or $2, they're not seeing the full picture. You don't perfectly time big changes. You get in position before they explode. And here's the big point. The wallets with good amounts of XRP are still a small part of all investors worldwide. Fewer than 400,000 wallets have over 10,000 XRP. Do you get how limited that is? We're talking billions of people globally, and fewer than 500,000 have what could really become life-changing amounts. That is why I say you're not early. You're in a small group, and being in a small group is what counts when institutions start growing big. The truth is easy. Once the next rise starts, whether from a huge bet against squeeze, a rule change win, or a BlackRock big news, XRP will leave the cheap area forever, and then people who skipped it at $3 will be hoping for lows at $8, $12, $15. Lows that might never return. This is a turning point in history. Just like the internet change where email changed talking forever, Ripple is doing the same for money. And while most of the world ignores it, you're here now getting the info that the top people have been using for years. So let me tell you the straight truth again. 3XRP is your chance to get in before institutions close the door. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to get some. Because when this wave hits, it's going to be bigger than anything crypto has seen, bigger than the 2017 boom, bigger than the 2021 excitement. This isn't an everyday bubble. This is institution foundation, and the amounts talked about aren't billions anymore. They're trillions. Citi talking trillions by 2030. BCG saying 16 trillion tokenized. BlackRock openly saying tokenization is the next huge step for money. Ripple fitting right into these flows. This is the moment, so don't think too much. Don't wait hoping for another big drop. Drops will happen, but they will happen with higher and higher bottoms. That's how markets grow up, and XRP is growing up faster than anyone thinks. Before we finish this pod, let me remind you once more, the Ultimate Millionaire Investor Guide, Find 100x Stocks, is pinned below. This package is what you need if you're serious about big uneven wins, and right below that get your free NVDA stocks worth up to $1,000 with a $100 deposit on Moomoo. Don't wait, those links are there for you, right?